Ukrainian aviation destroyed a company command post of the Russian occupation forces in the Zaporizhzhia region with a precision strike. The Sunflower Telegram channel published the video of the airstrike. The footage captures a Ukrainian MiG-29 fighter jet striking with a GBU-62 American bomb, which was equipped with a JDAM ER planning and correction kit. This kit increases the range of the bomb and the accuracy of the strike itself. The bomb hit a building that the Russians used as a company command post and a place of manpower accumulation. The powerful explosion completely destroyed the building, killing the invaders who were inside or nearby. The enemy again thought that they could move unnoticed in small groups, but the accumulation of invaders and equipment was noticed and promptly transferred to the aviation, the Sunflower Channel wrote. OSINT researchers of the War Archive Telegram channel found out that the invaders were eliminated in the village of Kamyansky in Zaporizhzhia. A Ukrainian reconnaissance drone observed the site of the strike and its results. In the same time, Ukrainian tactical aviation also delivered a devastating blow to a cluster of Russian drone operators who were terrorizing the civilian population of the Kherson region. The invaders were located in the temporarily occupied Oleshki, in the building of a former sanitary and epidemiological station. It was here that they set up positions for drone operators and deployed a battalion-level command post. The defense forces of Ukraine have eliminated 267,460 Russian invaders in the first 7 months of this year. This was announced by General Oleksandr Syrsky, Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of Ukraine, as reported by Ukrinform. Thanks to the coordinated and professional combat efforts of all components of the defense forces of Ukraine, enemy losses in manpower since the beginning of the year have amounted to 267,460. Each eliminated occupier brings a just peace closer to Ukraine, Syrsky stated. The general expressed deep gratitude to Ukrainian defenders for their courage, resilience, and unwavering belief in victory. As earlier reported by Ukrinform, since the start of the full-scale invasion on February 24, 2022, total Russian combat losses have reached approximately 1,058,260, including 1,120 over the past day. The first echelon of the Russian military and equipment has arrived in Belarus to participate in the Zapad 2025 Joint Strategic Military Exercises. The Belarusian Ministry of Defense reported on this. These maneuvers are the main stage of joint training of the militaries of the two countries this year. The training will take place in September. Currently, Belarusian and Russian military personnel are in the final stages of preparation. The Belarusian side has stated that during the Zapad 2025 exercise, they plan to practice new forms and means of using ground forces based on an analysis of recent modern military conflicts. Such strategic military maneuvers are held regularly, with a frequency of 2 years, alternately on the territory of the Republic of Belarus and Russia. Their official goals are usually to practice joint defensive and offensive actions, improve the interaction of the armed forces, and test the military's readiness for various scenarios. However, these exercises always raise concerns among neighboring countries because of possible unexpected actions or incidents. Such fears are not accidental, as Belarus has become a springboard for the Russian invasion forces' offensive against northern Ukraine, including Kyiv. At the end of May, Belarusian Defense Minister Viktor Krenin said that the main training of this year's exercises would be moved deeper into Belarus to reduce tensions. He added that the move also shows readiness for dialogue with neighboring countries. The minister also stated that these Russian-Belarusian military exercises are not directed against anyone. In response to Zapad 2025, Poland will conduct its strategic exercises Żelazny Obrońca in September, which will be attended by some NATO countries. Prime Minister of Hungary, Viktor Orban, and Putin's lapdog in Europe. I thought that the US president would be strong enough to interfere, whether they like it or not, with European leaders. But he wasn't strong enough. Another Trump ally turned against him, or maybe this position was communicated to him by the Kremlin.
I thought that the American president would be strong enough to embrace at the European leaders whether they like it or not, and then everyone would have to dance the same polka. But he wasn't strong enough for that. So I don't see the problem with the Russians or the Ukrainians, because it has always been like that there, but that the American president is not strong enough to bring the European leaders to his side. A transatlantic rift occurred with the Americans. They took the stance of peace, or if there is no peace, then we leave you here. The European leaders want to win the war against Russia on Ukrainian territory. This is their goal, and they openly state it during prime ministerial summits. We must defeat the Russians on Ukrainian territory. And the Americans have not been able to change this intention so far. Here we are now.
The Trump administration approved 2 new potential military sales to Ukraine worth more than $200 million, the Defense Security Cooperation Agency announced. The decision came following a productive phone call between Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky and U.S. President Donald Trump, who have been discussing an end to Russia's ongoing war. The new sale packages, which are subject to congressional approval, include a $104 million deal for the maintenance and repair of Ukraine's M777 howitzers, as well as a separate $99.5 million package for logistics and transportation services. According to the DSCA, the sales are intended to improve Ukraine's ability to defend itself from Russia's invasion. Military specialists expressed skepticism about the new aid's impact. In my view, such systems as these are useful, beneficial. But even when limited to providing defensive capabilities, there are far more important systems, like a significant number of Patriots, that have the potential to make a strategic difference on the battlefield rather than on the margins, said Colonel Richard Williams, a veteran of the U.S. military and NATO leadership, in an interview with the Kyiv Post. Williams added that the new systems would have a marginal impact, while Patriot air defense capabilities could save hundreds or thousands of lives. The same approvals as the U.S. also came as European nations have announced they would buy $1 billion in American weapons for Ukraine under a new NATO scheme. The pledge came Tuesday morning from the Netherlands, Sweden, Norway, and Denmark, and is part of the new prioritized Ukraine requirements list mechanism, which was launched by President Trump and NATO Secretary General Mark Rutte last month. These deliveries total over $1 billion of life-saving, top-of-the-line American equipment that, as noted by U.S. Ambassador to NATO Matthew Whitaker, will allow Ukraine to protect critical infrastructure and civilian lives, while also staying in the fight until a lasting ceasefire happens, State Department spokesperson Tammy Bruce told reporters. These commitments deliver on President Trump's initiative to facilitate billions of dollars in investment to the United States defense industry and create American jobs while ensuring Europe and ultimately defend itself long-term, she concluded.
Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Also, if you want to support Warthog Defense, please become our member and get early access to new videos, exclusive members-only videos, and become administrator in comment section. The membership link is in the description.
Rescues every day. We had a guy last week at 6 rescues in 6 days. You know, he's doing the job every day.